Hi, Kickstarters. This is Mary from the Kickstart team. And I know that you're all eager, maybe a little bit nervous to get started learning how to reduce your drinking. But first, we need to learn how to navigate the Kickstart course. So here I am on our Kickstart homepage. To get to this page, go to moderationmonth.org. Again, it's right up here, moderationmonth.org. Bookmark this page so you can find it easily. All right, first I'm going to show you what it looks like when you are not logged into the course and you hit on some of the links here. We'll go first to the courses menu. We'll click on the Kickstart Moderation Course Outline. And it comes up, and this outline shows you what to expect during Kickstart. It explains about the emails, about the meetings, and about our Facebook group. Okay. So we'll go back up to the courses menu and we'll click on the team Kickstart registration. All of you have already visited this page, but you might see it come up again as you try to navigate around the site. And I'll see what you should do. I'll show you what you should do when this happens. So there we are on the registration page. Okay, both of those pages are accessible to the public, so you do not have to be logged in to see them, as is the prep work page. Prep work is just to help you if you have a little time before Kickstart starts and you want to know how to prepare for it before you actually start the course. It gives you some tips. The suggested reading page is a list of some books that I found helpful preparing for Kickstart, and also just to read every once in a while to brush up. It's nice that these days you can find more books that support moderation, and it's kind of fun to go exploring for those. That'll be one of our lessons actually during Kickstart, one of the tools, how to find new information that will inspire you and keep you enthused about pursuing moderation. Okay, I also want to take you over to the events page. This is our event calendar. You will see our meetings listed here. I will try to get an invitation sent out for every day of the meetings when we have meetings on Mondays and on Wednesdays. If I don't get that invitation sent out, or if you miss it in your email, just come here to the calendar and you will see all of the meetings listed right now. We have them on Monday evenings at 7:00 p.m. Eastern time, and on Wednesday evenings at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be adding meetings as Kickstart grows. So keep checking back on the event calendar. And just a little bit about meetings. They're very informal. We'll present a little discussion topic at the beginning, probably a review of something that's in the lessons. You don't need to have read the lessons or read a certain amount of lessons before you attend the meetings. Like I said, this is very informal. It's just a chance to get to know you guys, to share some of what we've known, to what we've experienced, and let you guys experience what you're going through. Community is very important to MM. We rely on each other to teach each other and to learn from each other and to support each other, and then to lift us up when we make mistakes. So I hope you can attend meetings. If there isn't one on the calendar right now that is at a time that you can attend, as I said, we'll be adding more as time goes by. So let's click on one of the meetings. And remember, right now, we're not logged in. So we'll click here, go to the image, click on that. And it's going to show us that you're not logged in, or you don't seem to have access. You're not registered or you're not logged in. So this is going to pop up, and that just means go ahead and log in, and then you'll be able to see the link for the meeting, the Zoom link. So let's go ahead and go over to, anytime you guys have any questions, have any problems accessing this course, you can contact us, which is me actually, by writing to me at moderation.org. Just click on that contact link, and there's the address. Okay, so now let's go over here to the login, and we'll see how that changes things. Scroll on down to the page. I'm going to log in with a non-administrative login this time and pray that it works. Okay, so when I log in, it actually takes me immediately to the course pages. And since right now all we have is the Team Kickstart that's coming up in March 1st, starting March 1st, or started March 1st, depending on when you view this video. And what you want to do is just go over here and click on that. And it's going to take you to the course curriculum. Right now, the only section, we have 4 sections to this course. The only section that is accessible to you is section 1. You'll see links to section 2 and section 3, but if you click on those, let's just take a look and see what it does if we click on them. You're probably going to get an error page. Okay, so you're going to get a 404 error page, and that just means I have not made those sections available to you yet. So let's just go back to where we were. All right. Let's go back up to section 1. And as you can see, I've kind of completed some of these already, and it's showing over here in my progress bar that I've completed 25% of the course. So let's go to a lesson that I haven't completed yet. We go over here. This is lesson 1 tool. It's the watch tool. Sounds like a very simple tool, but we don't use it near as often as we should, and it can be used in a lot of different ways. So all you have to do for this lesson is read through the lesson. And then right now, here's one glitch we know about our program right now is that these complete lessons are not working properly. We're working on it. By the time you see this video, they may be fixed. But if you click on this and it takes you again to a 404 page, don't panic. It's okay. All you need to do is once again, go back to the lessons, click out, go over here to the sidebar, and the sidebar also has all of the lessons available that you can navigate to. So for now, just use the sidebar to navigate to the next lesson. Okay, and so it takes you to the next lesson. So again, let's go over that one more time. When you complete this lesson, it's probably going to take you to an error page. So do not push complete lesson. I will let you guys know when this is fixed. Instead, when you're ready to go to the next lesson, click over here on the power or on the next lesson in the sidebar. Okay. Also, this is the first time we've done lots of Kickstarts in the past. We've gotten pretty good at it, and we figured out all the glitches along the way. This is the first time we'll be presenting Kickstart in the course form. And so please, you guys are part of my team too. You're part of the Kickstart team. When you see any links that aren't working, as you can see in this lesson, there are some links for you to go to. When you see any links that don't work, please notify me by writing me at moderation@moderation.org and letting me know, hey, Mary, this link's not working. So I can get right in there and fix that link. Also, if there's any misspellings, anything, I really rely on your feedback to help me grow this program and make it better. Okay. So now let's just say we just want to get out of our lessons completely, go back to the Kickstart homepage, maybe look at the event calendar. Just click on the little Kickstart icon at the top of the page, and it will take you back here. And you're still logged in. So now let's look and see what the events on the event calendar look like. All right, let's go to, that one's already happened. Let's go to next month one. All right, let's go to the next Monday meeting. And again, these meetings are not mandatory. They're just there for you to gain a little sense of community, to know that you're not alone, to help others out and support them while they are supporting you. All right, so this will take you to the description. And again, instead of seeing that notification that we're not logged in or not registered, you're going to see a little description of the meeting here, and you will see the Zoom link, which will take you directly to the meeting. You do not need to register. There should not be a passcode required, but I will actually add that passcode to these descriptions so you'll have it. These descriptions are only accessible by people that are part of the Kickstart community. So the public cannot see these. So hopefully we won't have any Zoom bombers. There won't be any problem with privacy. You guys are free to share. All of our meetings are confidential. And all you have to do is click on this link at the correct time when the meeting is scheduled, and you'll be in the meeting. All right. Okay, I'm going to log out now. And to do that, I have to go back to my course. I'm going to log out so we can look at the emails and see what happens when we receive an email and we click on a link and it does not, and we're not logged in, what will show up. Okay, so I'm logged out. Now let's go to see, the first email you're going to get is going to be, when the course starts, is an overview of the section 1. So let's go see what that will look like. Okay, here it is. It's going to look something like this. There might be some changes as Kickstart goes along and I update these, but it's a section 1 overview. These emails don't give you the full lesson. You have to go to the course to complete the lesson. They give you just a little blurb or description, and then you need to click on the links to get there. So let's go ahead and go up to this week 1 overview. We'll click on that, see what happens. It's going to take us to the course. And again, as I said earlier, when you're not logged in, a lot of time you're going to be redirected back to this registration page. So when you've clicked on something and all of a sudden you're at the registration page and you know darn well that you are already registered for the course, go ahead and just go up here and go into the login again. All that means is that you've been logged out somehow. Go back, log back in. And also, guys, if you ever forget your password, all you have to do is click on this link here, and it will send you a password reset. If you do not get the emails, if you're like, where are all these emails that she's talking about? Please do a search in your email search bar. All email services have an email search bar. Do a search for Moderation Month at moderation.org. And sometimes they get sent to the spam folder, especially the first ones, if it doesn't recognize Kickstart as a email that you're used to getting. Also, sometimes when I use Gmail, a lot of times my Kickstart emails go to what's called the promotion folder. So just do a search, and if you still can't find it, let me know. I can do a check in our MailChimp service and see if they're getting out to you, if they're bouncing. I just need to know. Okay, so I'm going to log in again. All right, so now we're back at the course. And I can go from there to the overview. Okay, so now I want to show you guys what happens when you're logged in, because unless you log out, you should stay logged into this course. So when you get the next email, which will be the lesson 1 email, and most of the daily lesson or the lesson emails look like this, are in this form. Again, they've got a short lesson blurb explaining what the lesson's about or trying to get you guys interested in the lesson. It will have a link to the lesson right there. We'll also go down every day, or at least for every section, you'll have 5 tools, 5 lessons, and 5 skill exercises. So here's your tools for that lesson 1. You'll click on there to get to it. We'll do that in just a minute. And then we'll have a little skill exercise. Sometimes the skill exercise is just describing how to use that tool that we've introduced. Sometimes it's different from the tool. So, and then if we go on down here, we're going to go over this in a little bit. Anytime you need to reach out for support, you can join a meeting or the private Kickstart group, which we'll talk about. And again, at the end of these emails is the email again to contact me at Moderation Month at moderation.org. Remember, it's .org and not .com. It'll never come through. Okay, so now remember, we're logged in on the course site. We want to get to one of these lessons. Let's go, okay, I want to go see what that watch tool is. And here we are. It takes us directly to the tool. So Once again, don't use this navigation button right now. Go over here once you're finished reading through this lesson, and now you want to go see, okay, how can I use this tool? And you'll go over here and it will take you. Okay. Now I want to talk a little bit about the Kickstart Facebook group. I'm going to take us over there. I know that some people don't like Facebook, and believe me, if I could spend less time on social media, I would. We tried different different ways and communities such as forums through the years with Kickstart, and they just are not as well utilized as a Kickstart Facebook group is. So the name of ours is the Kickstart Moderation Course Group. I know that's a lot to remember, but you'll see links to it, as you saw links at the end of that email. And those daily emails, there's always a link to the Facebook group. It is not mandatory. You can just read the lessons. You know, it's not mandatory that you go to meetings. It's not mandatory that you join the group or interact at all. But my feeling is I tried a lot of it. I tried a lot of reading books about it. I tried a lot of doing things on my own. And it wasn't until I joined the support group 13 years ago that finally my drinking started changing. I don't know what the magic of it is, but I knew that it was a big comfort for me to realize I wasn't alone. And when somebody would describe a situation they were going through or had gone through, and I could say, oh my gosh, it's just not me. It really helped me. And then when they could also then share, hey, here's what I did about it, and this is what worked for me, then I could try that out. Sometimes it worked for me, sometimes it didn't. And that's kind of the beauty of MM and Kickstart. We get to decide, and we get to experiment with different things. We don't say, hey, you got to do this, and then you got to do this, and you got to do that. And then, you know, if you don't do these, then you're not going to succeed. We recognize that everybody's unique, and some people learn in different ways. Some people change in different ways. So you know yourself better than we do. So if you don't want to join in any of the groups right now, and you think I'm just kind of a loner, and I'm a loner too, believe me, I get it. That's okay. Sometime in the future, you might say, hey, maybe I need to reach out and do something extra. But anyway, the reason the Facebook group instead of other groups is because, or another forum, is what I found in the past is this is the one that's best utilized. And what happens when we have a forum, we've had a forum on the Kickstart site there, and only 1 or 2 people stay active on it, and then they feel like they're not supported because other people aren't interacting. So the Facebook group stays pretty active. This is going to be a permanent group. It will always be there. Once you've been in Kickstart, you'll be part of this group unless you leave this group. And so when you finish your Kickstart course, then your job is to come back and support others and share with them what you found useful, and share with them the struggles of it too, because there will be struggles, but there'll be successes. So this is our Kickstart group here. Every day during Kickstart, well, every day from now on, we're going to post a morning check-in. We'll talk a little bit about a lesson or a tool to ask how everybody's doing. It's a chance to check in. We'll post our rosters over here. We're going to discuss more about rosters in section 2. But when we post a roster here, that means you can sign up and say, hey, I'm on the roster for today. This is what I'm doing. And we'll check in again at night to see how everybody did through the day and just kind of hang out for a while. It's kind of fun to check in the evening and say, hey, how'd your day go? What are you doing? Doesn't have to be about drinking, because, you know, we are more than just our drinking problems. We're people. So we have other interests, and it's just a place to share. So I hope you will join the Facebook group, but if you don't, I understand why. All right, I think that's about all. And before we go, I just want to show you our moderation.org website. If you haven't visited here yet, there's a lot of good information that will support your Kickstart journey. But there's also meetings at any time. If you can't make a Kickstart meeting, if none of those times work for you, we have meetings every day. Hopefully you can find a meeting, and you'll find everybody at MM very supportive, and they'll love learning from you, learning what you're learning during Kickstart, and you'll be able to learn from their experience. So if you want a more secure, if you're really against Facebook and you want a little bit more security, more confidentiality, we do have communities that provide more security and confidentiality than we're able to provide on Facebook. I want to say that, saying that none of our confidentiality has been breached on our Facebook groups, but it's just, we can't put in the measures that we can in other communities, such as our forum. And if you go to the forum, let's see what it looks like. I'll just show you guys, since I'm already logged in there. Our forum is, we have a private forum. It has lots of threads. This is where I first started with It's got a lot of good information that you can go back and look through, people sharing. And the good thing about the forum is you get to use a user name, a fictional. As you see, when I joined many years ago, I was Carrie Mae. That's me in the pirate costume over there. So everybody on the forum still knows me as Carrie Mae. Back then, everybody was very, very concerned about it, just like with AA, maintaining their anonymity. And we respect that. We understand that. So if you want a community that you want to be sure that nobody knows who you are, the forum is one of those communities. Our other community is the listserv. And the listserv is communication through email threads. It can be kind of confusing to figure out, but once you figure it out, it's a great place. And I'm also a member of that. I can also show you kind of what that looks like. Let me see. So if I have a special Gmail account set up just for the listserv. So here's what our listserv looks like. This one's kind of filled with a bunch of other stuff, but you'll see different announcements on here. You'll see different discussions. The good thing about, I think the beauty of these communities is they're very close knit. They're smaller than the Facebook groups that we have. Everybody knows you, even though they don't know your real name. So I think they're a place to go where if you want to wander in and everybody says, hey, Sarah, it's good to see you. We haven't seen you for a while. The listserv or the forum are the groups that you want to join. All right, guys. So I'm really excited about this Kickstart. As I said, this is a new way of doing it for us. There's going to be some mistakes. Please become part of my team. Be patient. Let me know when you encounter a mistake. If you encounter a misspelling, I've read these things over and over till my eyes are crossed, but I miss things. So let me know. I can't wait to get started on Kickstart with you. We're going to learn a lot from each other, and we're going to have fun. You may not think that learning how to drink less is fun, but it is. And so good luck. We're going to be here for you. Again, write me at any time at moderation@moderation.org. Happy kickstarting.